Hi, my name's Craig. We're at Leaf Life Bushcraft doing another tree ident. Today I'm going to do the holly. Just like always, we'll turn round and we'll start looking at the holly. Cheers. So the holly then, Alexis aquifolium. Again, I'll put that down at the bottom. I've probably got that wrong again. And obviously it grows to roughly anything between 2 metres and 15 metres. And as you can see, it's an evergreen. And it's also known a few different names. So you've got the Ben Ver, that's Norse, and the Cullen, that's Old Irish. I'll flick the names of them up on the bottom. And then you've got Helvern, Berryholm, Aunt Mary's tree, Poisonberry, Christmas tree, and Christ thorn as well. So they're just a few different names that you've got for that. It's got alternate leaves. I don't know if he can just show you that. You can see the alternate. One on one side, one on the other. And what I'll do is I'll flash up the seeds, the leaf, the buds and everything like that now, so cue the music. Now, as you've seen then, the seed dispersal is actually by wildlife, and that's quite important. Unlike a lot of trees, which are wind dispersal, this one's wildlife, a bit like the hawthorn. And it's also common in most soils, tolerates deep shade, but likes moist soil as well, really. Now, the berries are poisonous to humans. A pure stand of holly can be a labyrinth which thrushes, deers, rabbits and everything take refuge in. Holly is a rugged species. It's another pioneer species. We're out in the middle of a clearing, and you can see that if you just take a look over there, if you look over there, you can see that we've got birch and we've got holly in this clearing that have taken a hold. And just like I said in the silver birch video, where birch is a pioneer tree, so is holly, and you tend to find them both clumped together. And you tend to find the birch will go straight up and above, and the holly will stay to the understory. Now, Alex aquifolium. The aquifolium bit actually means a water drop foliage. That's kind of the translation in it. Looking on these leaves now, so looking on these leaves, they don't really look like a water drop. What I'll do is I'll flash a picture up now of leaf that would be normally at the top of the tree. This one is still young, it's still really vigorous, so it's put that defence mechanism that I was talking about in the hawthorn. Holly also have that defence mechanism. When they get nibbled on or when they come under threat, they throw out the spikes and the leaves turn like that. Normally, let's say, you know, 15-metre holly, the tips would actually be, I'll just quickly show a picture of another leaf. And that leaf there, you can actually see that, you can see the teardrop, water drop shape, and that's basically what it's been named after, the aquifolium part of it. So like I said before, the berries are poisonous to humans, but they're not to birds and other mammals, and they're an absolute valuable source of food. What you find is at the beginning of winter, the berries are hard, and after they've been frozen or frosted several times, then they become soft. So they become a really good food for all the birds late winter. About this time of the year now, and you can see that you know, there's, on any of the hollies, there's not any berries really. They've all been taken. So we've got the uses for holly. Obviously the obvious ones are Christmas decorations, but going into the timber is that heavy and dense, it actually sinks in water. It doesn't float. One of the only ones that sinks. So I mean, this makes it very good for like things like wood turning, and engraving and things like that. But because it's very hard, it can like hawthorn, it can be sanded to a very fine finish. So it's good for things like knife scales, and snooker cues, things like that. It's a very pale wood, so it can be used for things like chess pieces and boards. And it's also used for whips for horses. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in folklore. Now, the folklore on this tree, there's quite a lot actually. There's a big strong belief throughout Britain that it's extremely unlucky to cut a full holly tree down, which puts me in the really unlucky stage, because I've cut many hollies down. But I mean, it's such a strong belief that when a hedge, a hawthorn hedge, a privet hedge, or whatever was getting grubbed up, what you'd find is they'd leave the holly tree because nobody would dare cut it down. And this is why now you can go walk in the lands and you can just see big old hollies just still there, hundreds of years old, and things like that. One thing you are allowed to do is cut the boughs of it, and cut the tips of it, and bring that into the household. So it was also thought that planting holly round a house would protect against lightning strikes, evil, witchcraft, and just be good luck, just in general really. Again, some people thought that it was actually unlucky, and some people thought that it was lucky, so it just really depends on which part of the country you come from. Now also, holly was introduced into hedgerows and that years ago to be a food for the cattle and such like horses and everything to eat during the winter, because it is a very nutritious food for livestock to eat during the winter months, and this practice is actually still continued today. So yeah, it's given to livestock during the winter months. So like I said before, that holly used to be made into horsewhips. This stems back from ancient beliefs that holly actually had a power over the horse, and it could be interpreted to do stuff more if you had a whip made of holly. And also there was a pagan tradition to bring holly into the house around the winter solstice time of year. This tradition was actually taken up by Christianity, and this is why obviously we use holly at Christmas. Now they say in the Christianity side of things that the thorns represent the crown of thorns, and the berries represent the blood of Christ. So yeah, that's why you bring it in at Christmas, and probably for the main reason that it's one of the only trees, or used to be one of the only trees that is evergreen. We don't have that many evergreens that are native to Britain. So yeah, one of the reasons why you decorate it. So anyway, that's the holly. Hopefully we're going to get out soon and do the Scots pine and also the horse chestnut. So hopefully I can get out in the next couple of weeks and do that. So yeah, thanks for watching the ident to the holly. Hope it's been helpful to you, and obviously if you like, please subscribe, comment, and look out for any more. Cheers.